There is a war going on social media between men and women. I don't know if you noticed or not, but it's heating up. It's getting pretty bad. But women are being told that they don't need men. Men are being told women ain't worth all the trouble.
They're a lot of trouble.
They're a lot of trouble.
They're a lot of trouble.
But we want to know, is that what's really going on? Is there a deeper issue happening? Tonight we talking about, are AI and toys replacing the boys? Stick with us. We're going to get into it.
On my phone.
What's happening, good people? Welcome back to Man Talk Mondays. I'm Derek, the Thought Engineer, here with my man, comedian John Yogi. Yeah. And we're back. We got a hot one for you tonight.
Yes, sir.
We're talking about, are AI and toys replacing the boys? Replacing the boys. We got a lot of foolishness happening, but we want to see, are we tripping, or is what we think going on really going on? So before we get off into it, let me remind everybody, this is Man Talk Mondays. It's an open forum where we give you the rational realities of relationships, but we're coming from a man's perspective. Keep in mind, this conversation is not just for men. We want everybody to join in and participate. You can go into the comment section, leave your comment, leave your question. We can see it. And that's how you join the conversation. But by all means, we want to hear from you. So pull on up, talk to your boys, right? Are AI and toys replacing the boys? So I was recently strolling through TikTok, came across a video, popular new Grammy Award-winning singer, artist, I don't know if she sing, rap, Doechii. And now some of y'all might be saying, what is a Doechii, right?
She one of them new people.
Right, she one of them new people.
Okay.
But she is influential.
Yes.
She is influential. She's a Grammy Award winner right now. And she was on this podcast and somebody asked her, what's her biggest dating red flag? Her biggest dating red flag. And she said, straight men. Straight men is her biggest dating red flag.
Wait a minute.
You just cancel all straight men?
How you just gonna, come on, man. But you don't want to do playing double dutch with you. You don't want to jumping in and out of the thing. You want somebody either standing on one side or the other side.
But
right?
the way things are going these days, man, people are so all over the place sexually. You know, everything's a spectrum now. And so people don't consider straight men a real, you know,
including that rectum.
Yeah, you. Woo!
I wanted to pass.
You couldn't pass it up.
I can't pass.
You couldn't pass it up.
Right here.
Sometimes every now and then.
Every day, man. I got you. I got you. I wouldn't.
I get
not be sitting here because of that kind of stuff, right?
And even further to that, Portia Williams, from Real Housewives of Atlanta, right? She famous, stole her friend's husband, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, just
took him. Come here.
Just took him.
Come here. On TV. You know bad if you do it on TV.
With she hawked him on camera.
With the cameras there,
man.
You know you cold if you do it with the cameras.
She hawked him on camera. But she was on The View, and she recently applauded women or wives for making the decision to get out of their marriages. She said, if you have made the decision to leave your marriage and choose you, I applaud you.
You know, let me say this in that. I'm listening to it and it makes me, at first, when I first heard it, I thought that's the most foolish thing that I have ever heard. But now in society, we push your individuality. We don't push togetherness. We push. It's about you, girl. It's about you. We push that.
Absolutely. And to that point is the rise in technology, because technology is on the rise when it comes to especially AI and the possibilities of AI. We've seen there are a couple of movies that are out now where they had AI robots that were women, and the women were there to
My brother was going to
take
town
care of
on
the
My brother was going to town
take
on
care of the husband.
Brother told the wife, "That's okay, baby. You know what? You go back to the office. I'm gonna be right here with her."
And that brings up an interesting question. Y'all let us know. Let us know in the comments. Let us know. Would you allow, wives, would you allow your husband to use an AI bot or something, a female robot or something, to take care of his sexual needs if you don't feel like doing so? Would you allow that?
Hold on. No, I'm not gonna let you do that. We're not talking about sexual. I'm just talking about clean up around the house. Sexualness will come. You just let her in the house.
So she ain't doing nothing.
She ain't doing nothing. Hold on. Just let her clean up. Let her wash a couple of dishes. Let her cook a little bit. And the sex, don't worry about sex. It'll come. I just want to know.
It'll come to who? By who?
It's coming. If she in the house doing that the rest of it coming. Rest of it coming. But you can't blatantly say, do you mind him having sex with her as she come in the door? Because they ain't gonna say no to that. But they'll say yes to dishes and groceries and cooking. All they'll say yes to that. Then boom, you done hit it with the sex.
The Cheryl said with an emphatic no. She said no.
Well, Cheryl don't want nobody in the house. I would try to hire people. Hey, let's get now. I'm like, but you want me to come in there and do it? I don't want nobody in there.
I want somebody else to take it.
So yes, exactly.
How many of you would actually consider dating or, having your intimate needs met by an AI or, a robot or something? How many of you would actually consider that? Because this is where things are going. So I got a couple of statistics. 62% of men, it's a recent survey. It says they would consider an AI companion if it provided emotional support. Another survey done by TechCrunch says 62%. One of the most popular AI apps saw a 35% increase in users after introducing romantic AI features.
If she whooped
35% increase.
If she whooped me, I'm done. If she hit me, come get this money. Let's go out here. Hey, but I'm so serious, because you don't have to put up with a lot of the foolishness that you have to put up with trying to find somebody or date somebody. You're gonna end up paying anyway. So just pay her to and they can program her to where, and because I've seen some of them.
I saw one today. They were marketing. This is first generation. And the way technology goes, it's just going to keep improving.
I saw one off of
150 grand.
I saw one off of Harry Hines and Luke Square that wore out. She wasn't no more good, y'all. They had to come they had to do a recall on her. That brother did her dirty over there. Y'all come get her.
There's a beta version.
Test out. They had to come get y'all. Come
hey, woo, back to the drawing board for this one. But the guy, he said 150 grand. That's how much the female robots, or they call fembots, that's how much they were. 150 grand for this. And he says, we can customize it to anything you like.
Oh, wow. See, they cheating now.
He said you can customize it to anything you like.
You give one of the Brazilians or something. Don't do that.
Michael Irvin say them ENs. Michael Irvin says it.
You know what I'm saying?
Michael Irvin said it. I used to always get in trouble with the ENs. The Mexicans, the Colombians, the Italians. That was Michael Irvin said that.
They cheating.
Michael Irvin said that. Y'all can go check it at ESPN.
Because I've seen the bot things, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough, brother. It's gonna be tough, man.
And Cheryl says, so fake though. It's all a fantasy, tangible, but not organic. Now, to Cheryl's point, there was a time where fantasy was all in our head. But now technology has brought fantasy into reality. And this is where the problem lies. But is it really more about technology, or is it about where society is heading, and AI and technology is just mechanisms that people are using to do what they want to do? Do you think AI and technology are the culprits, or is it really people?
No, there has to be a want. Technology is only going to create what the desire is.
Wow.
If there's not a need for it, it won't be created, but there's definitely a need for it. With the porn industry in itself, that lets you know there is a need for something else. The porn industry grows no matter what they do. They take it from here, they move it over here. Whatever they do, we find a way to make it continue to grow. And what they say now, women are retiring off of OnlyFans, dude, and that's just a glimpse of it.
Yeah.
If you got an OnlyFans model sitting in the corner, oh, she finna have hey, old Silver,
Our producer don't find it real funny, but he's looking like, I don't find it funny.
Not me. It's just something.
Dr. Zelita says, play if you want to. FAAFO, and y'all know what that means. And she said, and get electrocuted. I ain't saying that. They know what it means. And get electrocuted. Listen, technological advances is crazy right now. Cheryl says, I don't think it's about feeling voids. She said, she don't think it's about feeling voids. What would you say it's about then? Let me know. What would you say it's about?
It's I think it's a need, man. Listen, this is what women don't understand.
Okay.
All men really want at the end of the day is companionship. The rest of it is just the rest of it we can take it or leave it. But we just really want somebody there that we could call, that we can say is ours. Whether that be the doll on the thing, whether that be somebody on the OnlyFans, that we just want something or somebody we can call ours, man.
Wow.
And I think we've monetized it too much now to where it's just it's crazy, man. It's bananas.
So are men struggling to deal with the new adaptations in society? You got women who are more independent now, who can do things for themselves.
We don't talk about the average Joes.
Oh.
I look at myself and you, and I feel like we are not the guys that will be here in this. There are way more average, normal guys that have problems talking to women, that women will play for their money, that will be victims more so. And I think that, man, it's way more those guys.
You ain't got to question the motives of a robot.
No, you sure don't.
You necessarily got to question the motive.
No, you just type in get him.
But does convenience make life? It may make life easier, but does it make life really more interesting or worth even living?
Well, okay. If a 50-year-old man can marry a 22-year-old woman, people say, well, wow, how can they be married? They don't have nothing to talk about. And they be married for years. It's no different.
Oh, wow.
It's no different. Again, at the end of the day, it's about companionship. Somebody having your back, whether you got to lean them up against you or not.
So it's not about having something real, as long as the feeling is real.
As long as it's something.
Wow.
Because people don't want to chance that in relationships now anyway, D.
Yeah. Dr. Selena says technology was created to make life easier and eliminate some physical labor. So I get it. Oh.
So we can get it. So you stay in there. I'll be in there in a minute. Hold on. Let me go in right quick and get the What we gonna get a doll a name? We gotta give it a name.
Nah, I ain't naming. No.
If you name it, get personal.
You're naming and claiming. Nah, we ain't doing no naming and claiming. No. Cheryl says, so AI is replacing the plastic dolls, basically. Oh, yeah, because the fantasy is for things to get more real. Cheryl says, it's just grown people playing with toys. And you know what? To that point, a lot of what people are dealing with, we're kids.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We're kids. A lot of us and a lot of therapists and psychologists and stuff understand this concept. A lot of us get stuck or to where this little kid is running our lives. The decisions we make, the things that we do, it's this little internal child that seems to be running the show, right? When we adults and we throw tantrums and we all over the place, we seem like we can't settle down and think straight and handle things like an adult. It's because that child wants what it wants.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than dealing with people and helping people cope with relationships, cope with the dynamics, because it's really what you're talking about, the dynamics of relationships, people would rather make conveniences to where you don't have to deal with that.
Ain't no different than the strap-on.
And I want to say, I would love for somebody could just take a quick look and see what are the statistics around the sex toy industry, especially for women. What's the statistics on the last 4 years? Has it grown? I would venture to say it has.
Oh,
but
yeah,
if so, how much?
You know they grown when you see them on shows.
That's
how you can tell when the industry is really growing, because you turn them on shows and everybody pulling them out. Like, whoa, what we doing? I thought this was Disney. What we doing?
That's where you find it. What you talking about?
What are you doing? Yes, exactly. But again, I think slowly but surely we're trying to get phased out of relationships. I think they're introducing a little more at a time. Get you to be a little less active, a little less talkative. Now you don't have to talk to anybody.
Wow. And I can see that because listening to I was in a master class. We were in a master class a few weeks ago, about a month ago, and the guy was saying that the way the world is going, people are choosing the lazy approach to life. Nobody wants to own anything. Nobody wants to deal with the responsibility of upkeeping things and businesses and everything, because even the Bible says, to whom much is given, much is required, right? That means there's more responsibility attached to the more I take on, right? If you go from making 50 grand to 100 grand, it's going to be more required of you. We go from making 100 grand to $1 million, there's more required of you. And people are trying to check out of that. And so I'm thinking it's hitting relationships too.
Yeah, I agree. I would agree. I think it started there first.
Oh, you think it started there?
I think it started there and everything else kind of adjusted to it.
Wow.
They don't even build houses like they used to. Is it me, or do they not throw apartment buildings up everywhere?
Yeah, apartments are everywhere. But what about this new thing now where I've heard, I think it was Cheryl Lee Ralph. I think I heard her say it, and somebody else, they were talking about living in separate houses. You married, you got your husband, and you got y'all married, but y'all live in separate house, not even in separate rooms. Y'all got separate houses.
I remember when I don't know if this is relevant. I'm gonna tell a story because I always got a story.
Go ahead.
So me and Cheryl, we've been married so long. One of the things we went through was she used to always sleep on the couch.
Oh.
And she slept on the couch so much where you start thinking in your head, is something wrong with this? She was comfortable in, get this though. She was comfortable in there. I was comfortable in the bedroom. I could sleep like I wanted to. She could sleep like she wanted to. But I thought something was wrong with that. I thought we should be suffering in here with each other.
Is that what should happen?
I was so serious. I thought something's wrong. We should be in here toughing it out and suffering, not being able to sleep, whatever it is. But we should be in there with each other. I feel money.
Yeah, I saw a video the other day where this guy, I guess it was his wife or his fiance or something, but he was sleeping on the couch. She walked in because she was like, where she didn't know where he was, and he was on the couch sleep. And he was like, she was like, why are you in here? He was like, I just wanted to get some sleep because they had dogs, and I guess she had dogs, and the dogs are all in the bed. Now he's like, I'm tired of the dogs and stuff. I just want to sleep. And she was like, no, you can't. And she wouldn't let him alone. And you can see him getting frustrated. She wouldn't let him alone because he was tired.
Okay. But then she knew she needed to get rid of the dogs. And she still didn't want to though.
Boy, get rid of the dogs?
Not when I said rid of them, they can't sleep. They can't sleep in the bed.
Yeah, you need to find another arrangement.
You need to find another arrangement. So
yeah,
he telling you without telling you, hey, you need, and rather than telling you that, I'm gonna go on here and sleep on the couch.
Yeah. And he kept saying, I'm fine. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. But she kept insisting, no, you can't. She said, well, I'm coming in here too, and all this type of stuff. He was like, you can see the frustration. So, and I think people look at the work that it takes, because relationships take work. They take work.
Yes.
They look at the work it takes, and people are opting out. Or am I tripping? Are people really opting out of the work you have to do?
We spoil though, man. I think we spoil and we entitled. Because we feel like that because grandmother them or uncle them or cousin them or Riri them, that we shouldn't have to struggle the same way. Ours should be different. We were more educated than they were. Our structure set up better. We got more money they do. We shouldn't have to struggle. We shouldn't have to struggle, and I think they struggle more with it than we do.
You know, it's amazing, dude. How many of you feel like in the time and place we have now, where we have more resources, we have more conveniences, and we would think we'd be better off, but we seem like we struggle more now with relationships and marriage than they did back then.
They need, and if I'm wrong, tell me. But I just feel like back then, didn't they need it though? They needed each other. They needed with everything the way it was back when. They needed each other, man.
Yeah.
And whereas we don't need, it's funny, I hadn't thought about this for now, but I just don't feel like we need each other like they did.
Wow. And I think that's one of the huge adjustments in society that people are trying to manage and deal with. Cheryl said, old folks say folks are just sorry. Nobody wants to work for anything anymore. And you hear that narrative a lot, especially in the workplace. You hear that narrative a lot because young people like, man, I'm not gonna sit up here and give you my life.
Oh, you should be.
I'm not gonna sit up here and work my fingers to the bone for you. And
hire somebody?
As soon as something happen to me, you gonna feel my seat with another warm body. Yeah. And
right.
And the older people are like, y'all don't. You're supposed to work hard, and nothing like a hard day's work make you feel, you know. And people not buying into it anymore. Ifia says, I feel you, Cheryl. I like sleeping on the couch too. Right?
Yeah, Cheryl likes sleeping on the couch until I tell her, you go get on that couch. It is, she want to get out of her feelings about it.
So you tell her to get on the couch.
She don't want to go there. You go sleep on that couch.
Oh, you gonna tell me what to do?
Yeah. You can't tell me.
So what trends are we seeing on social media that's telling women they don't need men?
What trends?
Yeah, what trends are we seeing on social media that's telling women that they don't need men?
Well, I think anytime you tell a woman to go after her career first, and then after she reaches after she get where she want to go, then now she can look to be married. Because think about it.
Yeah.
You have more women now that are in their 30s and 40s looking back trying to settle down now than I think we did before. That's career oriented. They got their doctors, they got their this, they got their that, and now they looking for a husband. And it's like, well, but you 40.
Yeah.
But you have allowed the best years of your life as far as relationship
What was that
I
word?
want to make that go in there.
Relationship no. Relationship no. Okay. All right. You heard it here first, ladies and
You
gentlemen.
have allowed them years to get by you.
Mm.
Dude, ain't nothing like there's nothing like love in your 20s. There's nothing like love in your 30s. There's nothing like, oh my
Yeah.
God, you young enough to do
Yeah.
everything you want to do. You ecstatic about her. You got the energy to stay up all night on the phone talking a couple of days in a row, and it's new. There's nothing like it.
It's the struggle of young love to be expected.
Absolutely. We was talking to somebody, and they were telling us that some people 19 wanted to be married, and they said they had heard all of the stories about why young people shouldn't get married. They was like, "Nah, we love each other." And I don't know. We were trying to figure out whether or not you talk them against it, opposed to saying,
it was something about what they wanted to do or what they were thinking about doing that was kind of not a red flag, but kind of made you say there's something else going on here. But a lot of people preach and teach that no, get your education, get established before
why are we doing
you get married.
Why are we doing that though? Let's for a second. Why we do that though? We do that because we don't believe that this thing is going to work out like you think it is. And we don't want you putting all your marbles in that particular basket. And we want you to have your education or your career or something to fall back on. It's the reason why we say, whoa, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do all that. Just hold on. You got time. It ain't going nowhere.
Right.
If it's love,
right. You young.
Yes, there you go.
You young. And then you look at somebody who settled down, or we say settled down, who's somebody who jumped into marriage early. And really, when you look at it, they've gotten past most of the stuff and they're still at a place to where they can still move around and get things done. They done got the kids out the house and everything. They right around late 30s, early 40s or something. And they like, we're good. We can go do it now. We can go. Yeah. We can go do it. I don't know where it kicked in to where you do all of it on the front end instead of getting established in a marriage first.
Because we don't believe it's gonna stay. We don't believe they're gonna stay together. And if we be honest with most marriages, we don't believe they're gonna stay together. If we be honest, but oh no, y'all will be all right. And no, more times than not, they're not.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go to a reception of somebody's. That was never mind. We ain't gonna get to go because they
about to spill some beans.
Because they ain't stay married.
Oh,
they ain't stay married long enough. I like at least let me hit the reception up. I already knew what I was gonna wear and everything. I was gonna be up.
Hit you a couple of line dances.
Yeah.
Cheryl said back in the day, couples understood the assignment. Teamwork makes the dream work. Nowadays, I think it's more about me, myself, and I, which begs the question for me, was it really about people doing what was best for the family, or was it just because they didn't have the options that people have today?
Ooh, boy, you just snatched the rug off, because I was going to go all in on that older generation, but boy, they don't have it like. Women didn't have as many opportunities as they have now. And we still don't know who baby daddy. And we still don't know who the baby daddy is.
Yeah, and I'm like, just stop lying. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, see, and this is the thing, D. And I'm saying that because, see, that would help. If our generation would stop lying and tell the truth, I think it would be beneficial for this generation. But because they can't beat the truth out of us, literally, I'm taking that to the grave. Well, see, that's what's wrong. Too many of us willing to take the truth to the grave, and we need to tell the truth about whatever it is.
Yeah. Who that baby daddy? Talking about our AI and toys replacing the boys is what we're talking about. Are the conveniences of modern society, are they really enhancing society, or is it more detrimental to us than we've actually calculated. So I want to know how many people would consider your spouse, be a man or woman, your spouse using AI or toys or a female robot or some male robot, using those things to fulfill intimate needs. Would you consider that cheating?
Okay.
Or are they just satisfied themselves, but they still at home?
There has to be a caveat though.
What's the caveat?
If I can't do it no more, I've been in a wheelchair or something. Where I can't, and I wouldn't want. I don't want her to suffer. Which this is really tough for me. But if I couldn't, then I wouldn't want to deprive her and say, well, I wouldn't want her with no body, but I can see saying, okay, go on in here with that, with that thing. You can't be no more than a couple of times a week or something. I don't want you to coming out there with sweat.
Say Chris was looking a little different this year. Daddy got you a surprise, huh? Yeah, what we doing? And you try to see how excited she get about it. You're like, she calling her girlfriend, girl. Let me tell you what I got for Christmas. My husband, he loved me.
You can't get him to come out the room. I'm saying because I immediately when I think about it, I think about people cheating. I say, oh, you want even if it's with a machine or a toy, there is the thing that you get when man and woman, there's the intimacy that you get. And I think anytime you're giving an intimacy to something else, which is kind of strange, but you're giving it to something else, I think there'll always be a problem anytime you're giving it to something else. Something or someone else.
Because what if your spouse develops more of an appetite for the artificial thing than for you?
I was looking at a show. I want to say it's when Keenan had his show, and this guy had got his girl a toy.
Okay,
and so she couldn't have a how do I say this? She can have orgasm.
Okay, all right. Yeah, we all grown, right? Y'all, we grown.
She couldn't have an orgasm without the thing, and without the toy. And she kept telling him, "Okay, this is my last time. I'm going here this last time, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this thing in the stretcher. After I get through, you come, and that's it. I'm gonna throw it away." Every time she got ready to throw it in the trash, she said, "Well, let me put it back over here for a rainy day." I mean, because it's a machine.
Oh yeah, machines don't get tired.
What
machines don't get tired. Machines don't get headaches.
Stop to get no water. They don't need no time like that. They don't none of that. They don't need none of that. You can't compete with a machine.
Nah, you can't compete with a machine. John Henry found that out. John Henry was still driving, man. He blew his heart out trying to keep up with the
You can't compete. You can't compete. Yeah, no, you can't. You cannot. That's what I'm saying. I think you're setting yourself up because she was like she couldn't come with him, and then she couldn't do nothing with him.
Right. And I think that's the scary message is, what do I need you for if I can satisfy myself without you? Now, financially, I can satisfy myself. I can make the money. I can feed myself. I can put my own roof over my head and everything.
See,
so
it
seems like the only purpose you were serving, I don't need you for that now.
You can't. If I ain't getting sexed up and you ain't moneying me up or sexed up, I don't really have no purpose for you.
Let me get to this comment, but I got something to your point. Cyril says, if your body is here with me and your body is on that robot, Houston, we have a problem. I think you said, well, if your mind, okay, if your mind is here, maybe your body is on that robot, right? All right.
You keep looking over there. They call it that robot up over there. It'll do charge.
Roberta.
Roberta, you up over there?
Dr. Lena says, I believe the bedroom is undefiled. If you and your spouse agree to do it, do you. As for me and my house, we will serve each other with the occasional
Is that
okay inclusion of toys, but not robots. Okay. She say that.
what y'all got going on?
You putting way too much out there. It's a family show. What you doing?
Oh, excuse me. The Christmas came early.
Brenda said it don't get no leg cramp. It keep going. You know, say, hold on.
Hey, man, but see, and that's
Right.
the stuff.
Right.
So we can't.
So how do you get that body, boy?
Oh,
Feel so
man,
she's screaming.
dude, because it's the truth. You
It's funny, but it's really a sad case. It's really a sad case. And it's so much out there going on, so many factors. Our health is not what it is supposed to be or what it used to be as well. The foods we consume and everything contributes to our body not functioning the way it's supposed. And that's on both sides. So it would go a long way if people want to purposefully return to a place to where it means something to be together. It means something to have somebody with you. Then there are things that we're going to have to do things we're going to have to learn, things we're going to have to do to make sure that we can make this thing work and not let the conveniences become a distraction, because they're going to be there. The conveniences are going to be there, even more prevalent now, and you're going to have different things out there promoting it.
Hmm.
And so we got to be careful about that.
We're just like 7-Eleven. You can go get a loaf of bread from 7-Eleven. You're gonna pay $30. It's open. It's time.
You're gonna pay for the convenience.
You're gonna pay for the convenience, man. Yeah. I think you're gonna pay for it. You're gonna pay for the convenience when you bring something like that into your house. Because I just don't think I think nothing can replace what's supposed to be between intimacy with a man and a woman. I don't think that robot could be. You had a robot smoking over there. But I still think at the end of the day, man, I think there's nothing like two people coming together.
Yeah. Keith Lowe, he says, so do our marriage vows need to be amended to forsaking all others and devices, or keep yourself to only her and her said devices? LOL. Hey, why you playing? Why you playing, Keith? Why you playing, Keith? And see, it's funny to us because we come from a time to where those things weren't prevalent, things, but for the generation up and coming, it's going to be nothing to them.
I like to think about is when me and Cheryl first got married, I was 21 and Cheryl was 24. We wasn't worried about none of this. We weren't about no cramps.
Yeah, boy.
Oh my God. I was Tarzan. Now I'm looking for something. I'm looking for something to tag out. Come get me out. Come get me there. Come tag me out now. It just, dude, is and we 50. We're not 50.
Yeah.
So I just
man, and just for a point on the health kick, I think we bought into the narrative that getting older means I'm losing function, but there are too many people that are proving if you take care of yourself, that doesn't have to be your reality. But it's like, man, do I really want to do all that work?
Little Debbie be calling.
Little Debbie stop calling me. Ice cream and all.
Man, they'll be calling. You know, it's like, okay, do and it's a whole lifestyle thing.
It's a lifestyle, yes. It's a whole lifestyle change to get yourself back to a place to where your body is at
Yes.
peak performance, even at an older age.
Yeah.
And I think the lies we bought into really caused us to just go along with all of the trends while we taking more medication and
Oh,
what I'm
man.
saying, we at the doctor every time you turn around, and we
True.
got to make sure their health insurance premium is low as it can be so I can go.
And the medicines that we high blood pressure,
Oh yeah,
cholesterol,
yeah, man.
sugar, the back,
Yeah.
toes and neck.
Yeah,
It's just
medicines mess with you.
and diabetes. I mean,
Yeah, all this
that
stuff,
stuff,
all this stuff messes with you.
It's not gonna keep your sex drive. None of the medicines I named gonna keep your sex drive up.
No,
Every one of
but they
them
got a
make-
pill for everything, and I think
They do.
that's the
They do,
problem.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They create a problem and say, "Oh, we got a pill for that,"
Mhm.
and you just we end up playing this game to where we would rather go for the pleasure than do the work to really get to where we're good. Because the pleasure is really becomes a distraction from what's really going on.
True.
It becomes an escape from your real life, from your realities. And whereas people think it's a fix, is it really a fix? These conveniences and everything, because people supposed to come up with conveniences to make life easier. But in relationships, does that apply? It applies if I'm cooking rice. It applies if I can cook a meal in 30 minutes as opposed to 3 hours. It applies there. That gives me more time, or should give me more time
Do something else.
to
Mhm.
to really have time with the person I'm supposed to be with.
Mhm.
But now you have conveniences in areas where should they or shouldn't they be there?
I think there's nothing, man, in the world like, and I have been blessed to be married to the love of my life for 30 plus years. And man, I can honestly say I don't know. I don't know how people go through life not wanting to be in love with somebody loving them.
Yeah. Feels so
You know what I'm
good.
saying?
Yeah.
Dude,
Loving somebody.
Teddy P sung about it.
When somebody loves you back.
Dude, I just think it ain't no feeling. I think there's no feeling in the world, and I think people missing out on that.
And honestly, man, because when you look at the porn industry, Cheryl says it's a temporary fix. When you look at the porn industry was created specifically for guys who struggle with getting women. These are the guys that don't get picked. These are the guys, and because they said the highest subscribers of OnlyFans are
Married
men.
Yeah.
The highest
Married.
subscribers
They're married.
of OnlyFans are married men.
And they making them girls rich.
Yeah, because they got the money, but they don't have the opportunity, or they don't have the social skills. Because let's be honest, women don't mind telling you how they feel these days. Whereas somebody would be polite with your feelings now, they're not so polite anymore. So you out in the dating scene where all this blatant honesty is out there.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's more frightening than when I had to walk up to a woman who really was going to at least let me down easy.
Yeah, but what nothing like though, man, approaching a woman.
Oh, you had to be a hunter. You had to be a hunter.
There's nothing like it, man. You hear the music in the back.
And to that point, we don't deal with rejection like we used to.
Oh no.
We don't deal with rejection like we are not as resilient as a society as we used to.
You're right about that. We get participation trophies.
Now, that's for real though.
Yeah.
For real, because why should I work to improve myself? Why should I work to get better? Why should I work to make myself more appealing, more attractive to the opposite sex if I don't have to do that work?
And I think if everybody understand, there is somebody for you. There is somebody.
Yeah,
you just got to find the person that'll love you the way you love them. But there is somebody. I think oftentimes we want the guy that everybody else wants. We want the girl that everybody else wants, and she don't want the same thing you do.
Yeah. And everybody's looking for convenience. Everybody's looking for, and especially in relationships. I think that's what the whole the whole 6-figure man thing was about. That whole narrative that was being pushed. That's what really is about, because he has the resources to make it easy for me. I don't have to go through,
building something, trying to build something. I don't have to go through periods of time where I'm like, man, how we gonna pay this bill? How we gonna pay that bill? And y'all working together trying to figure it out. And something happened where your resources ain't necessarily coming together, and y'all trying to see who you really are in a crisis, because you get to see who that person really is. Ooh-wee.
And then now you got to continuously question why that person is there.
Why they with me?
What's their motive?
Money, or they with me with their list. Yeah.
Cheryl said, wow. They got a couple. Gilbert Arenas. Some of Gilbert Arenas. He said, some woman said, you like a nice young man. It had to be an older woman. You're like, why aren't you married? And Gilbert Arenas said, I don't need no woman for nothing but that. He said, I can pay somebody to do that. He told the woman that.
He don't want the companionship of being married.
He obviously, because if I'm not mistaken, Gilbert Arenas, and anybody listening, if you know the story, let me know if I'm right or wrong. Gilbert Arenas was the guy whose fiance, I don't know if she was after him for his money and he found out. But he had already given her a ring, but he wanted the ring back.
She wouldn't give it to him.
She wouldn't give it to him. Mm-hmm. So he lied to her to get her back good with him. And as soon as he got his hand on the ring, he kicked out.
Well, he switched the ring.
He switched it. He switched the ring. He switched the ring is what he did. Mm-hmm. He switched the ring. Right. Mm-hmm. And so Gilbert Arenas was an NBA player, had lots of money. I would venture to say he still probably has quite a bit of money. And so he was saying, I don't want somebody coming in and taking my money.
Because you don't know what you don't know why people are with you or what.
Right. Yeah. Just recently, Anthony Edwards.
Oh yeah.
Anthony Edwards' baby mama took him to court.
She was 38 though.
Regardless of how old she was, if I'm not mistaken, did you hear how he got off on it though?
Oh, what did he do?
He relinquished all his rights. And the judge threw it out. So she gets nothing. He said, I don't want nothing to do with the baby. I'll relinquish all my rights.
But even if you do, because of who you are, you still got to pay child support, right?
Nope. And so you have now set a precedent. Guys are going to be pulling this from this point forward.
All it takes is one to get away with it.
All it takes is one. And I'm saying, what is that doing to families? What is that doing to society? What is that doing to that kid who it's public now? It's on the internet. That ain't going away. That kid can always look up and see my daddy gave up his rights to me. He didn't fight for me, not one iota. Not one little bit. He didn't fight for me at all.
Well, mama 45 though.
Regardless, that don't have nothing to do with the kid.
It don't, but man, what she doing getting pregnant?
I mean, she knew what she was doing.
Yeah, you're right.
But the kid suffers. The kid is the innocent party in all of this. But even when you look at creating families and stuff, people are looking at the conveniences. I can create a family and I don't need the man there. I can go to a sperm bank and get what I need, have my baby, and do all of this stuff. And I don't have to deal with a man. Is it worth putting up with the opposite sex to say I got somebody?
As much as Cheryl get on my nerves,
mm-hmm.
and she get on my nerves, I couldn't imagine. I wouldn't even want to be living life without her in it.
Mm.
I think that's I think the getting on my nerves part is I think she's supposed to. I think I think that's the part. I think that's the part that she said you're welcome, by the way. She said you're welcome. I think we're supposed to. I think it's supposed to be. That's what relationships are about. It's not supposed to always be,
How do we get sold on this worry-free, drama-free? And a lot of times there's some drama people create that's unnecessary. Life got its own drama built in. You ain't got to go create no more. But people create drama, bringing other people in.
Yeah, well,
most
most of the time, a drama-filled woman is gonna find a man that's just as drama-filled as she is. Though they
call it crazy love, huh?
Oh my goodness. Yes, absolutely.
So how should men and women adapt to these changes? What should men and women be doing to adapt to these changes?
I think we need to start to be more honest, man. We lie
Honesty.
we lie so much.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, we ain't worth a damn. We just lie.
And my mom used to say, you worth the salt going bread. Yeah.
We just lie, man. I think we just tell the truth. If we would tell the truth, I think it would unlock some things. Because we got to get past that pride thing.
Oh yeah.
And not telling the truth is a big pride thing, because you don't want to be looked at this way. We already know you're raggedy. I just think we need to tell more the truth, man.
Yeah. Dr. Selena says marriage brings about your biggest headache and your biggest blessing at the same time. And that's a great point. I tell people all the time, blessings are responsibilities. Whatever you get blessed with, you are responsible for. You're responsible for taking care of it, maintaining. That includes relationships. You out there praying for a husband. Lord, send me a man, send me a husband. And he come and you don't treat him right. You messing up your blessing.
Well, because most of the time we don't treat him right because we want him to be somebody else.
But you prayed for him, right? You hear people tell you, say, the one I prayed for and all that type of stuff. And you think it's just going to be, tiptoeing through the lilies. That's what life going to be.
Juanita Bynum will tell you that she prayed for her husband until he was picked the shoe up and put him down. It's just something about, man. I just think we got to get past what we want, opposed to what we need.
Yeah,
because most of the time we want what we want, and that's not what we need.
Via says, John said, we already know you're raggedy.
We know.
Everybody got issues. Everybody got issues.
Perfect, and you hold it on to that thing because you don't want people to know. We like, Negro.
Yeah,
we know the bumper hanging from the car. We know you raggedy.
Yeah, and I think probably one of the scariest things about relationships is nobody feels they can trust anybody anymore. And so, how can I bare my soul? How can I be truly naked, intimately? And I'm not talking about physically. I'm talking about just bearing everything with somebody that I don't know if you really got my best interest at heart or not. How can I do that? And I think what's happening is you have conveniences now that people are, I would rather even deal with the artificial than the real. If the real is not, it's not making me feel like I want to feel, and the artificial is.
Well, because the real,
that's what people are settling for.
The real can make you feel mighty low. Brother. And nothing like nobody tap dancing on your heart, man.
Oh,
There's nothing like it. There's nothing like
it.
Oh,
man.
There's nothing like it.
Don't that make you feel alive, though?
Make you feel something. Make you feel, but again, that's a part of it. And, and I think it's just like bullies. I think everybody needs to go to it to know how to adjust to the next one. I think if we share that, if we hide ourselves from certain things, we don't never, you don't have a testimony, you don't go through no test. I think everybody need to go through.
Yeah,
that was the right way. I think everybody got bullied. You couldn't get to second grade unless you had got bullied in the first grade.
Right.
I think everybody had to get bullied to know what it was like to fight, to fight for yourself, make somebody leave you alone.
Yeah. And even the bully narrative has been taken and abused.
Yeah.
To make people not say the things they should say. Because now people can paint you in any light they want to. Just like, technology isn't a problem. It's how we use it. That's the problem. And so is it saying more about technology or us if we start using technology to not connect, as an excuse for not connecting with people?
Yeah, see, technology ain't gonna be the problem. It's you not letting that thing charge up. That thing ain't been in there 5 minutes. You can come back in there. Is you really here? Is really here? That's gonna be the problem. That's gonna be the problem for him and her. Let the doggone thing charge already.
And if women's cell phones any indication about something gonna be charged up.
But every time I see Cheryl phone, she got a red light on. Every time it's like, girl, you will never charge that doggone phone.
Don't go over 20%, huh? Keep that thing smoking.
They don't go over 20%. Hey, man, get that thing. Man, don't leave that thing alone. Let that thing raise that thing over the wall like this.
So how can we make real meaningful connections with people in the midst of all of these digital distractions? How can we make real connections with people? How do you figure we can do that?
Well, we got to come out of our shell. We got to come, because each one of us are in our different types of comfort zones, and we only operate in places that we're comfortable in.
Yeah,
I think as we start doing, man, give people a chance.
Yeah,
go out there and start talking and meeting people, man. I've never met a stranger, and that's the most enjoyable thing about my life. Is I'm always meeting somebody.
Yeah,
no matter where I am, I've never met a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as we get out there and start exposing ourselves to different people and different things, man, I think the world will be a much better place for everybody.
Yeah.
It's easier then to get in our groups and our cliques with racism because we're not talking to people.
Right. No, we don't converse like we used to. We don't talk about the things we should talk about. And that's where the connecting is. You can connect with somebody purely off conversation. You can get soul ties through conversation. You ain't gotta have no sex with nobody. You can have soul ties that way. Clinton says we are blessed, but remember, 100% of successful marriages end in death. Really though, so many men are being taught to be non-masculine. So are women really getting the other sex exposure? When it comes to men being taught not to be masculine, what's up, Mikhail? When you look at that whole thing, it's society is built on and culture is built on what we punish versus what we reward. And so if we're rewarding guys for being non-masculine, more guys are going to go that way.
Oh, they're pretty non-masculine though.
And I mean, but that's where society is going to, because we're going to do the thing that's going to be rewarded more. You know, the behavior that you want to continue to reward.
It's the fingernail polish for me.
He said the fingernail polish.
Go ahead.
Keith Lowe says, crazy makes the relationship more intriguing for me, but my love for her is all for cornerstones, or it's all four cornerstones of what it's built on, not the crazy. All right. So it's built on the cornerstones, not the crazy.
What crazy, give it that zest though.
Got that.
Give it
that spice.
Yes.
Stuff too spicy to kill you. You know that, right? Mm-hmm. Mikhail says, where can I get the merch? Oh, you want to get some merch? Hit us up, man. Hit us up. We'll get you taken care of, brother.
Oh, yeah, that's Big Mike.
Yeah.
Hit me up, Mike.
Yeah.
Hit me up.
Cassandra says, signing in late, so I have to listen to the replay. Yeah, go check it out. Interesting conversation.
She gonna get her at 9. Talking about signing late.
It just popped up on her feed. You know what I'm saying? And let me say this. You gotta reprogram your algorithm. If all that's coming by there is foolish stuff, it's your algorithm. Meaning you keep watching it. If you keep watching the foolishness, they're gonna keep feeding you more of it. So you gotta purposely keep scrolling. All right. What you got for the people, man?
My final thought is there's nothing like the love of a man or a woman. If you even try to compare that to a machine, the man or woman gonna lose, cause the machine's gonna have smoke coming from you. You ain't never been put in the blender until the machine have you where until the machine have you where he won't turn you loose. And I get it. All that's great, man. But at the end of the day, I want to be able to look at somebody. I want to be able to look at somebody that's looking at me and saying, okay, hurry up and get off of me. Hurry up now. Don't you be in here all day. I want that. I don't want nothing that don't have no timer or can't talk back to me. You know what I'm saying? I want you to grunt or fart or something. Yeah. I want you to do something when I'm in there with you. I don't want no Bashir. Listen, to me, nothing can replace the love of a good woman in those moments. And that's what I found out. Y'all gone now.
You're going to have them programming stink mode into these film bots. I needed to fart a little bit. Tripping, boy. That's real. I feel you, though. Listen, one thing we got to realize, pleasure was created for sex, not sex for pleasure. Anything that we use has two sides to it. Everything that's created has two sides. And that's the thing about understanding good and evil. Anything that you create can be used for good and it can be used for evil. AI is not the problem. The things that people are creating are not the problem. It's us. Where are our minds and how are our minds set that we move more toward the conveniences rather than actually doing the work that really has the rewarding relationships that we're really looking for? That bot may not argue with you, but every now and then you want somebody, like John say, somebody who gonna come at you crazy so y'all can work it out. And so we got to be careful and really pay attention to what we're doing. Contentment, I keep saying contentment is a skill. If you do not control yourself, your flesh will take you places and you look like, Lord, how did I get here? You have to make yourself say, enough is enough. I'm good. I'm good right here. And if we don't, the world is always going to have something to present to us that's going to take us further and further down the rabbit hole. So we got to be smart. We got to really pay attention to ourselves, our urges, and control ourselves to the point to where we can have things that last and are meaningful for real. And that's my final thought.
So the bot gonna have to have a talk back feature on.
A talk back feature.
Once a week, you got to talk back to me.
They flip the sister girl switch. You can roll in the neck and everything. Clapping. Oh no, boo. He clapping.
Let me go get my money. I'm gonna go take this burger back. He's stuck on it. I can't get off there.
Listen, we appreciate y'all. Don't forget, share this out, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We appreciate y'all for having a conversation with us, everybody that showed up. And if you go ahead and jump in the comments and, catching the recording, we're going to check them out too. So holler at your boys somewhere on the internet.
Y'all be blessed.
Y'all be blessed. We catch y'all next week.